see. Johnny gets to be Rocky this morning. And Cookie, she's one of my Easter eggers. Here comes Lucy. Uh-oh. Yeah, tell the chicken to go in the run. Ah, oh gosh. Sorry. Oh. You're a good boy, Odie. You just stay with me. I love watching those chickens run. They're so funny. There she goes. It worked. He outsmarted the chicken. Guys, if you were watching the video, it was all fun and laughs this morning when our Cookie chicken got out and into our backyard. And what we figured was when John went in the fence, she's usually the first one out, and so we figured she just got out and he didn't see her. And then when I came down to get my coffee, I looked out the back window and I saw her running around, so he went outside, and the rest, as they say, is history. But she got out again. And what we didn't realize was that on the back side of the run, the dogs had moved some cinder blocks around. I think it was Lucy. She was digging and moving some cinder blocks around. We now believe that's how she got out. And I guess it was it's 1 o'clock now. It was, I think it was right around 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. Odie wanted to go out, so I let Odie out and Lucy out to go to the bathroom. And he started barking. Well, when Odie barks, it's because he wants in. He doesn't typically when it's hot because of all his fur. He just can't stand to be out here for very long. So I got up to let him in, and he wasn't at the door. And I noticed he was down by the coop and run area. And something seemed amiss to me. And so I stepped out. I was in my house slippers. I stepped out, and I saw Cookie was on top of the aviary netting and just kind of all entangled and not moving a whole lot. And so I hollered. John came out and he went into the run area so he could try to untangle her and lift her up, but she was on the outside of the run area, and so I was on the other side, and he handed her off to me. She went to the bathroom. She was clearly in distress. It's really warm and all sunny today, and so I don't totally know how long she would have been there. I mean, at the most, I'm guessing maybe an hour, but I don't know. And she was pretty unresponsive. She was breathing. She was kind of making some small noises and sounds and stuff, but she was very weak. And so what we ended up doing was we closed the little coop up. I got her in there. We got her some water. We tried to kind of spoon feed her water, and she took a little bit in, but she was just kind of whining, for lack of a better word. It's not whining like a baby, but it was like with her little chicken noise. She was just her breathing, her respirations were just so rapid. So I have a fan in that coop, so she was sitting right in front of the fan, and we decided to go ahead because she couldn't stand. I didn't know if she had possibly broken her feet or toes or anything like that in the netting. I didn't know if she hurt her wing. I had no idea. They can't talk to you. And So John says, I'm getting a bucket. We're going to put her in the bucket and try to cool her off that way. Um, it was kind of a judgment call because that could have, I guess, shocked her system. So he did that, and we put her in it, and of course she got very quiet at that point. But her breathing did seem to slow to the point we almost thought she was gone. And so then we took her back out. We put her in front of the fan, kind of petted her, and just kind of gentle. We tried to move her around so if we could see if something was, if her foot, either foot, if they were bent or whatnot. And it was just hard to tell. She just didn't have anything left, you know. And so we got her to drink a little bit of water. I gave her electrolyte water. And so essentially that was all I could do. That's all we could do. We live in the suburbs. We don't have vets around here who will, I'm sorry, I have to sit down for a minute, my back. We don't have vets necessarily around here who will, treat your chickens. I have spoken with my vet, and they were like, essentially the unofficial thing that my vet told me was that if it were clear that my animal were struggling, they would do what was humane. And so, but I don't know that, you know, it's the end of her life or anything. And like I said, we got her breathing calmed down, and we pretty much did what we could do. And so after that, we have her closed off in the one coop by herself. She's got a fan to herself. She has water, and she has food if she does get to feeling better, you know. And I don't know. But, and then I've just been going every 20 to 30 minutes back out and checking on her, trying to make sure she's taking in more water. I imagine she's exhausted. I told John, I said it was her best and worst day of her life. She had freedom for a little bit, which was funny. All she wanted to do was get back in. And she's an Easter egger, and of all my chickens, she is one of the most skittish, and always has been since we got her. And we've had her now a little over a year. We think she probably was the heat that probably got her. And of course, getting in that aviary netting, I mean, that's why it can protect them. It was not meant, and what I figure happened was she got out from where the dogs had messed up the cinder block, and we actually have a cattle panel there, and then there was chicken wire, and so Lucy got through the chicken wire. So we didn't even know this was this big hole because it's on the back side of this tree. And so what I think happened was, because Lucy was out here, is that she was trying to get away, even though Lucy didn't try to hurt her. This morning John fussed, and she didn't. She just moved on. And so, but my guess is because she is skittish, she flew. Because Easter eggers like to fly, is what I've always heard. And my guess is she flew up there maybe she was trying to get back in, you know, or for safety, and then she got entangled, and it's in the full sun. So I think that's what happened. So what started out as fun has now turned to a little scary, and you know, it makes me sad, and because you don't ever want any of your animals to struggle, suffer. You know, I've seen deer get hit by cars and stuff, and I don't want them to suffer and struggle. You know, it's just in us. We want to care, you know, for animals and things such as that. So anyway, so I'm heading back out, and I thought I would take you out if any of you have gone through this or something similar, if you have any other remedies, I just trying to keep her comfortable, and I felt like the electrolytes would probably be most beneficial. I thought about if she gets to doing a little bit better later on, I'll probably bring her out like some watermelon, some chilled watermelon, and because it's a lot of water, and it's cool, so it helps cool them down, and stuff like that. And I guess the other thing, I've never really had to separate any of my girls, other than when I brought in the young pullets. I kept them separated until I was ready to introduce them to the whole flock. And I guess my question is, how long do I keep them separated if she turns out to be okay? And because I don't want them to pick on her, and she already gets picked on a little bit because she's on the lower end of the totem pole, and she's honestly, she's smaller than a lot of the other girls. And yeah, so if you know anything about that, I would appreciate it. But let's head down to her little coop. Luckily, we had that door and we were able to get it closed off so the girls couldn't come in and pick at her or bother her. And it's funny because they've been coming over to the door when I'm in there, and they're just watching, wanting to see, and I guess checking in on her. I don't know, or maybe just watching what I'm doing, because they typically will come to me when I come down. But anyway, let's go. I got a wet towel here. We'll go down and see how she is, and hoping and praying she's okay. My prayer, yes, I pray for my animals. And I honestly, I just prayed, if she's gonna pass away, that she would go quickly and without suffering, and if she was strong and she could make it, that she would. And because, like I said, I don't want any animal to suffer. And in Genesis, God commanded Adam to care for the animals and the earth creation. And so I feel like that's we're mandated for those things, but I can only do what I can do. And I'm not the ultimate giver and taker of life. And I know it's a natural part of life. And but that was my prayer. So I don't think it's silly or stupid or any of those kinds of things. So I know some people don't like it. I've heard, because I do know that there's people and awful things are going on with people, and I pray for people too, so but anyway, let's go head down and see how she's doing. And so here we go. Hey, Cookie. How you doing, girl? How you doing? Hey. Oh, look at you. Feel good? Good? Look at you putting weight on your feet. Okay. Oh, you're walking. Oh, Cookie. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, well, this is good. See, you can see the other girls. They're all like, what's going on? Are you giving her treats? Yay, Cookie. I told John if she made it, she would be the toughest chicken ever. Good girl. Well, this is so encouraging, you guys. This makes me feel so much better. I see she's putting pressure on both of her feet. That is fantastic. so again, I am just gonna keep her separated for now. And I think I'm gonna go ask some of my chicken peeps on one of my Facebook groups if they would continue to keep her separated for a period of time. I'm gonna close the store back up though, because like I said, she normally is very skittish. She doesn't like to be held. It's hard to even pet her a lot of times, and so I would rather her be comfortable and in front of the fan and getting better. But I just wanted to keep y'all updated on our cookie girl and what's going on. And there's a little lizard right there. I thought I saw some. Yeah, there's a little blue-tailed lizard there going in and out. So you never know what you might find in the chicken coop. I'm so thankful though we have this separate coop area. Okay guys, so that is good news. If you have any thoughts or suggestions on keeping her separate or anything else you think we should do, appreciate that, particularly if you have had chickens for a while. I've had chickens now for over 3 and a little over 3 years, and I got them in May of 2020. So, and I have not experienced a chicken death yet. I know that I will one day. I hope it's a long time from now, but I know that's part of life. And but if you can think of anything that might make her more comfortable, or any suggestions, I appreciate it. And also about reintroducing her with the other girls, because I just don't want her to have any more stress than she's already been over. So I would appreciate any, I guess, advice that you may have to offer. So thank you for watching. I'm so excited that she got up. It was really touch and go, and maybe this might help someone else. I really think John's quick thinking to go ahead and put her in a chicken bath. I was a little scared to do it because I thought it might shock her system, but I think that was exactly what she needed, because I think that just totally changed the process of what was happening, because she seemed to be going down very quickly. And so I'm so thankful that she stood up and walked, and that's amazing. She looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna let her rest, and I'll keep y'all posted. I'll probably keep you posted in the community tab. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.